You already know what time it is, gang. It is a new COD, which means it is time for my like 2 yearly videos to come out. You already know how the ball rolls. So yeah, we got Black Ops 6 here. We actually only just have the beta. It's not the full game, which honestly, a beta in September is completely fine by me. I mean, we usually don't get them joints until like October, so giving me it in September, 100%. Let's do it. Let's rock out with that. But we got Black Ops 6. It's the first Treyarch game in 4 years. We finally survived the Treyarch drought. Thank God. That was just, it was a questionable 4 years between Cold War and Black Ops 6. But beta weekend 1 has just ended when this video goes up. I believe beta weekend 2 is going up, which the only difference is weekend 1 was exclusive to pre-orders. Weekend 2 is open, and then weekend 2 they're gonna add a couple more maps, and they're increasing the max rank from 20 to 30. So it should be a good time. But talking about just how it is now, I think what I'm gonna do here is I think I want to do this video, then I want to do a full beta review, wherever you want to put it, and then whatever comes afterwards when the full game comes out. Or there is also a good chance that I might just scrap this entire thing and just move along with life. I don't know, since clearly I did not use YouTube that much. But damn, what up, cat? Anyways, back to what I was saying. Black Ops 6, beta weekend 1. Let's talk about it. We're gonna do it podcast style, like Tyler the Creator.
We gonna do it podcast microphone style.
So starting off, the first thing I want to say is that this game is gas, bro. I've seen people shit all over the game and call it trash, especially because it feels like Cold War, but like, I don't even know what the issue is there. I mean, Cold War was one of the best feeling CODs we've had in, I'm gonna call it the CDL era, so basically Modern Warfare 19 to what we have now. When it comes to CDL era, there's only 2 CODs that I would actually say like, hey, these are decent CODs. One of them's Cold War, and then the other's Modern Warfare 3, which has come out last year, which honestly, again, I know I don't do videos anymore, but let me tell you, Modern Warfare 3, Sledgehammer knocked it out of the park with that one. Just all the support they got, all the like additions they've added to it, it's just, they've done some good stuff. But when it comes to Black Ops 6, I think this game is great as of right now. I mean, obviously it has its issues, which we'll get into, but as it stands right now, I think this is a good COD. And another testament to that is that I've had friends grind this beta for hours on end daily, which, you know, that never happened. So if I'm getting those friends on a beta for that long, I think the full game is going to be good. And especially with Treyarch, you know, there's going to be zombies and not Modern Warfare zombies, like actual zombies. So if I ever get bored with multiplayer, there's always zombies. But when it comes to the actual game, I want to first talk about the new movement system we got. It's called I think it's called Omni Movement. I forget what it's called. I'm pretty sure it's Omni Movement, but I could be wrong. Basically, it's like you're on crack and you're just moving. The best way I would explain it is like if they took Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 and mashed them together and just somehow made it work. So it's as fast as Black Ops 3, but it kind of works in the same sense as like Black Ops 2, especially when it comes to the time to kill and all that. But overall, the Omni Movement is one of the most fun movement systems I've touched on COD. I'm a little fearful because I know for a fact once people start to learn that movement system, it's going to be absolutely horrendous, which is also kind of a good thing because it means there's going to be a noticeable skill gap in this game, which, you know, I mean, with the slide canceling meta, there's a skill gap for sure, but it's not as huge as I think it's going to be in this game. So overall, the Omni Movement type deal, whatever they got going on over there, out of this world. I mean, I'm not even great at COD, and I've been able to hit some crazy clips that I otherwise wouldn't have. I mean, like, shit, I have clips of me doing like barrel roll 360s off a 2-story building, and then like sliding into some dude, and then backwards sliding out and just spraying him. I mean, you could just do crazy shit with this. I mean, you could slide forward, sideways, backwards. You could dolphin dive forward, backwards, sideways. I mean, you could do some absolutely gnarly shit with this movement. So I think they really knocked it out of the park with this one. Other than that, I think the second, or obviously the first most important thing when it comes to a COD is the gunplay, and I think they did it well in this game. Obviously, there are some super overtuned guns. I mean, if you played Weekend Beta 1, you know about the Jackal PDW, you know about how overpowered, disgustingly horrific that gun was. I mean, it ran that beta. And also, there's another one called the SWAT, which is, it reminds me of a gun from Black Ops 2, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a gun basically from Black Ops 2. It's a 3-burst. The only problem here is that when it 3-bursts, it fucking 3-bursts. I mean, it'll kill you at pretty much any range with 1 burst, especially if it's like head area, like chest up, you're pretty straight. You're probably not gonna lose a gunfight. So like that definitely needs some tuning. And then other than that, I mean, the ARs are honestly kind of underpowered. I think there was the AK-47, which was definitely the weakest out of the bunch. There's the XM4, the Commando, whichever one. I think Commando's Black Ops 1, and then XM4 is what it is in this game. But basically the M4. It was pretty well overall, just pretty well gun. You know, it gets the job done. And then you also had the Krig, which was definitely the best AR in the beta for weekend 1. So from what we've seen so far, there's an overpowered SMG, a crazy marksman rifle. The ARs are like every AR in every COD ever, where they're probably going to be outmatched by SMGs. And then the only other things I saw were really the shotgun and snipers, which the one thing I really have a gripe about snipers is that they look kind of slow, so I'm sure sniping's not going to be the greatest on this game, and you're just not going to be able to get some crazy clips like you can in the Modern Warfare games. But what I will say about sniping is that the ragdoll animation when you die is 10 out of 10. It is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I mean, even like when I died to a sniper, and it's the same thing with the shotguns too, but like if I died to a shotgun or a sniper and I just watch my body get blown backwards, that shit is hilarious, bro. Like I could be pissed off, and if I died to a sniper, it'd probably put a smile on my face. So they definitely knocked it out of the park with that one. Especially, I mean, you can see your teammates running and then they get sniped or they get shotgun, and like they'll be next to a wall and they just fucking plant into that wall, just go crazy. So I definitely think the ragdoll animations they got for the snipers and shotguns is fire as well. I mean, it's super funny. If I can find the clip, I'll throw it up. But other than that, some things I don't like about the game, besides what I was talking about with the Jackal PDW, which also, if you're thinking it's an issue, I just want to let y'all know this is an issue with every single Treyarch game, or at least beta-wise ever. I mean, looking at Black Ops 3, the Razorback was disgustingly overpowered. There was one in Black Ops 4, I can't remember the name. I want to call it the XM9, but that just doesn't sound right. And then in Cold War, we had the MP5, so I mean, there's always been disgustingly overpowered SMGs in all the Treyarch betas, so rest assured, I promise you the Jackal PDW is going to be nerfed into the floor by the time full release comes around. But back to what I was saying, some things I don't like. First and foremost, the spawns so far have been terrible, and I do know that Treyarch did tweet it out saying they're going to tune it, but the spawns were absolutely horrendous that first weekend. I mean, you could wipe an entire team out in their spawn and have your entire team spawn up and start pushing forward into their spawn, and somehow they will still spawn there. Like, logically it makes sense to, okay, turn around, they're not going to spawn here. And then when you turn around, lo and behold, they're still fucking spawning there. And they just shred you. So spawns are questionable, especially, I mean, if you're on, I think the worst I saw was on Skyline Hardpoint on P4, which was in the bathroom with the tub in the shower. If you sit in that shower and you look into the back left of the map, you will watch enemy players literally spawn in, and you can just fry them off spawn. So spawns definitely need some tuning. They were pretty terrible in this first weekend. Other than that, the really only other big thing that I didn't like was that I feel like the time to kill is a little inconsistent. I've been seeing people say like it's pretty perfect and all that, but like it just doesn't feel right to me. I feel like it's a little too fast, which it might be because I'm spoiled with Modern Warfare 3 and how they have the 150 and kind of like normal health in that game, but it just feels a tad bit too fast in this game, which again could also be because I was 100% honestly abusing that Jackal PDW and that SWAT. But when I use other guns like the XM4 for a little bit, I could definitely notice that it was taking a lot longer to get my kills. So I definitely think the time to kill could be tweaked just a little bit, but really other than that, that's my two main complaints so far with this game. I mean, the time to kill could be improved a little bit, and the spawns are dog piss. The maps are another thing that people have been hating on, which I don't really see why. I mean, we got, I think it was 5 maps in the beta, with 4 of them being, or no, it would be 6 maps. I don't know, we'll just go through it. There was Skyline, which was a perfect map. I think it's a great map. I think it will be in comp. Overall, well-rounded, just A-tier map. And then there was a train map, which I don't remember the name of it by any means, but I saw people shitting on that map. It's not that bad. I don't know what people are talking about. And also keep in mind, all these maps are 3 lanes, classic COD maps, but that train map wasn't bad. I could see how it could get annoying, but for me, I had a pretty good time on that. And then other than that, they had another one called Scud, which The best way I can describe it is that if you go back to Cold War, or if you know your Cold War knowledge in the sense like of the game, there's two maps. There's one called Satellite and there's one called Collateral. Satellite was in the game in the actual beta. I remember playing the beta on that. And then Collateral wasn't added until like season 5. I would say it's Scud in Black Ops 6 is the size of Satellite from Cold War, but it has the layout of Collateral from Cold War. And long story short, the map fucking sucks. So there's like a little radar dish in the middle of the map kind of, and people sit up there the whole time. And unlike Modern Warfare 3, you really can't wallbang for shit in this game, just like Cold War. So it's kind of impossible ripping them off those headies, especially because they probably have a sniper rifle. And then with the map being so big for a 6v6 map, you basically spend the whole time running to the enemy spawn, and then because the map's so big that once you actually get there, they actually start spawning like the spawn should make sense on the other side of the fucking map. And then you have to run all the way back, and you're just doing a big ring around the rosies. I didn't like that map, especially because if you went mid, it was a death sentence. I mean, obviously mid is a highly contested spot on any map, but like going mid on Scud specifically was like dumb as hell to do that. The only other map they added in though was, I believe, called Rewind. It reminds me of the Pines map, the mall map from Cold War, even though it's not at a mall at all. But basically another 3-lane map. The middle is kind of just like straight street. On the far right there's like a burger town kind of deal they got going on over there. On the left you have some shopping centers that you can run kind of in between, just kind of weaving out. And then on the far left you have the alleyway, which is kind of where everyone kind of goes. But that map wasn't bad either. It was quite literally the most mid map I've ever touched. It's not great, it's not bad, it's literally middle of the pack, which you can't hate that. If I could rank it, I would go Skyline is GOAT status, the train and the Rewind map is mid, and Scud is trash, which that's all you really need. There's only 3 genres and only 3 rankings you need anymore. It's GOAT, mid, and trash. You can put anything you want in those and you'll get the message. Moving on though, the only other thing they added into the beta was it was called Face Off, pretty much gunfight, but that's a lie. It wasn't gunfight at all. It was 6v6 on super small maps. There was one which I forget the name of, but like it's kind of like a political rally, I think, where like I don't know, but like it's basically just like a big open 3-lane map, but instead of being like really truly 3 lanes, it's kind of like there's a middle. Like in the mid, there's a giant building that's a circle, and you can kind of just run the outsides of it pretty well. But then the other map they had in that bitch, oh my god, that shit was called the Pit, bro. I felt like I was in the fucking pit. That shit was crazy. I mean, it's such a small map that once you spawn in, you're already in a gunfight, and not even in a bad way where it's like, dude, I'm getting fried. In the sense like, holy shit, this is gas. Like they knocked it out of the park with that map. I definitely for sure saw some people not like it because of how hectic it was, but when I was playing with the homies, I mean, we all had a blast on the map. That shit was A1, and even though I could definitely see how it gets annoying, it was just overall a good time. It was just good overall. I mean, score streaks aren't on that map, but you could do some crazy stuff on that. I mean, I think I went on like a 15 kill streak on that map, so overall, great map over there. I think they knocked it out of the park with the Pit, and then that's all the maps they had in the weekend 1 beta, which I believe they're adding more, but we'll see when we get there. Other than that though, I mean, that's pretty much all there really is to Black Ops 6 right now. I mean, we got new maps, kind of new guns, the spawns suck, Omni movement is gas, and I mean, there's not too much to really go off of because again, it's just the beta. We haven't seen the full game yet, but overall, from what I've seen so far, I mean, it's looking like a good time. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to play the hell out of COD because it's literally the only game I fucking play anymore, so I'm sure I'm gonna grind it. But other than that, weekend 1, some good shit, Treyarch. Y'all knocked it out of the park with that. Other than that though, I'm gonna head out of here. I'm definitely not promising you any videos in the future. Shit, this might be my one and only video of 2024. Who fucking knows? If you did enjoy the video though, leave a like, comment. You don't gotta comment, subscribe. You know, bigger number, better person. If you actually want like be interested in me and see me active on anything, I have my Twitter in the description, which I don't really use Twitter, but I'm sure I'll post on there at least 2 more times before the end of the year. And then follow my beat channel. I know, type shit, the beat channel. We're going down that route. That's really the only place I'm active anymore. The best way I can describe it to you is that it's probably gonna be the best mid you ever heard. Other than that though, it was fun coming back. I don't know if I'm gonna be back. Hopefully, that's the plan, but who fucking knows. Peace out.